So then I just took my tape runner and just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of the heart, and then I place it over to the left. As you can see, I'm leaving a little bit overhanging from the tag so that it doesn't look like the tag is so flat. It has some details, so this is kind of what it looks like so far. The next thing I did was I took my Plant and School book cartridge and cut these 3 white flowers, and they're just white little daisies at, I believe, 3/4 of an inch. And I'm sure you've seen me do these before. They're kind of my take on the Prima mini roses. So what I do is I take this one flower and I kind of just put my nail in the middle and wrap the flower around to kind of form a rosebud. So there goes my rosebud. You can see that. Then I take another one of these flowers and wrap it around the base of my pen. So you see how I just kind of wrapped it around the base and it forms a little bit of a cup. Then I took my Helmer's 450 glue, put a little bit in the center. There we go. And then I just attached the rosebud. So the rosebud gets attached in the center. Then I take another one of the roses, the daisies, and do the same thing. Wrap it around the bottom of the pen so that it forms a cup. And then just grab my 450, and the reason why I use my 450 is because it's a quick adhesive and you need it to be a quick drying glue in order to make sure that it doesn't shift around too much. And then again, just put the next layer in. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. It's a cute little rose, and you can add a lot of dimension to this. You can stickle it or glimmer mist it, whatever you like. It's just paper, so whatever you do to it, it'll add some dimension. The next thing I did was, again, I used the same base from the home decor, which I used to cut the top of the tag, and I cut off 2 more of these little angles. So here goes one, and here goes the other one. So there goes 2. I cut these little peaks off of them. So now we just have these 2 pieces like this, and I just scrunch them up. So scrunch them, scrunch them, scrunch them, and then they kind of look something like this, right? And then what I did was, and I made one just to save some time, I just glued them to the back of the flowers. So you see, we have the flower with these 2 little scrunched up pieces in the back. They kind of look like leaves. Okay, so what I did next was, again, I took my Helmer 450, and again, I use it because it's quick drying and you need that with this type of project. And I put it right above the Sweet Love. So here we go. Okay, there we go. So that's what it looks like so far. Then the next thing I did was I cut these Eiffel Towers from Destination cartridge, and here we go. And these were cut at 3 3/4. So this is just the side cut at 3 3/4. I used the Stamping Up French script stamp, which looks like this. And I used my Memento ink for that as well. So I'm just going to ink up the back of part of this stamp just so that I can add some of this lettering to the Eiffel Tower. So just simply place your Eiffel Tower on a base and press onto it with the French script border. There we go. Okay, so now we have something that looks like this. And then again, I thought it was too white, so I took my Weathered Wood Distressed ink, again with just the felt backing, and kind of just rubbed on it to give it again that weathered hairline look. I didn't want it to look too distressed, just I wanted to have it like a water rain mark look. So there we go. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Then the next thing I did was I added some of these Hallmark Zap Dots, and these are the white and the black. They work really, really well, and they're super, super sticky. So I put some on the back of the Eiffel Tower, and then I placed it on here. Again, a little offset so that it pops up, but let me just turn this around so you can see it pretty well. And there you go. So now do you see how it's popped up and has some really cool dimension? Then the next thing I did was I used my Hampton Art, and this one is the Brie stamp number 3. You can see that, and she's just a really cute Parisian looking girl. And I stamped that on a little piece of beige cardstock, and I added a couple of details to it. So let me just show you how I did that. I used my Inka Dinka Doo soft tone blending chalks, and I just simply grabbed one of the little swabbers and dabbed it into just a couple of the reds, just to add a little bit of color. Let's move this over to the side. And this is the same way you would do it for the cheeks on Peachy Keen. So just a little bit on the left and a little bit on the right. If it's a little too dark, you can just blend it a little bit more. There's no wrong or right way of doing this, so that's what it looks like so far. Then I took my platinum stickles and I added a little bit to the hair because I didn't want it to look, again, so white. So there's just her hair looks a little bit glittery, and to make her eyes look a little bit more realistic, I just colored in the white areas with my with my Jelly Roll white pen. So there goes that. So let me show you what it looks like. You see that? You see the white in the eyes? It looks really, really pretty. Okay. Then the next thing I did was I used again my Hallmark Zap Dots, and I just put one of these black ones on the back. Just pull this off. And then I placed this somewhere between the love and above the Eiffel Tower. So here we go. So you see, you can still see the sweet love, but it's kind of offset and it's hanging off of the tag just to make it look more 3D. So there you can see how it goes. And then we're almost done. The last thing I did was I used my Crop-A-Dile, and I made a hole on the top of the tag and put a grommet, and then just hung one of these 1/4 inch Offray black satin ribbons. So as you can see, it was really easy to do and really fun, and I think it turned out pretty cute. And everyone that participated in my September tag swap will be receiving one of these in the mail this week. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Thanks.